So we're about to take out these dune buggies, as they call them, dune bashers, and we're about to get wild out in the middle of the desert. So we're here at Sui / many different Sui ecosystem coins, including the one. It's okay, no, it's the background gems. show. Bang and music. Anyway, so just got word from our support back in Bitget that a couple documents we need for Rupert entering America. They need to be original physical documents. It's Friday, and for some reason, I don't know why, FedEx and DHL cannot get the documents here by Sunday. I thought they were supposed to get anything in the world overnight. So I think that was supposed to be the thing, like anywhere in the world overnight, basically. I guess not a 6-hour flight, not possible. So the only option now is to essentially 2 pieces of paper need to pay Emirates Airlines 30,000 baht, which is like $1,000 almost, to get these two pieces of paper over here. This will be the most expensive shipment of a piece of paper that I've ever had to do. But you got to do it, right? We got to get Rupert into the States with us, so it is what it is. Perfect. Tardy is number 1! So we just finished the Tardy event. Sui collectibles, if you will. Big fan of what the Tardy team is doing over there. And I got this really cool card right here called Card 3. And basically you can just scan it, tap it with your phone, and all my information that I want people to have is on there. Versus normally at these events you have to like fumble around and get Telegram and stuff like that. So now they have my picture, they have my X account, my YouTube account, my Telegram, everything I want them to have. It's really cool and convenient. Card 3, a little shill for them. And what do you think?
Yeah, super impressive. Really cool. You just walk up to it, tap it, nice technology, and yeah, really impressed. Like, you know, that whole Tardy team is just working their asses off. They don't care about the market cap. You know, the token went to 40 million, came all the way back to 2, and really showing their resilience, you know, like Tardy. And just every time I see them, they were in Hong Kong, now they're here in Dubai, they're interacting with the whole Sui ecosystem and team, and I think they've got good things
South
going
America
for them.
too, somewhere, right? Panama or something
like
that? Yeah. So that's what you want to see from this when you're looking for, you know, projects that are, you know, undervalued right now, or maybe are going to fly when altcoin season comes. Just a team that's resilient, keeps working, doesn't care about the short-term price, knows what they have as something special, integrating at the Sui event, for example, meeting the founders, meeting all the right connected people, integrating with all the other ecosystems. It's exactly what you want to see from a team like that. Apparently we'll be greeted by one of the Sui team right now. Chasse, founder of YouTube. So we got the Sui Play, which we just watched Adini on stage. And what's really interesting is yesterday we did an interview with Yatsu, right? And he said one of the big catalysts that he believes is going to kind of ignite the narrative for Web3 gaming again this run was going to be the release of Nintendo Switch 2. And one of the things that I thought was really interesting that Adini said on stage was that out of the box this would be more powerful than Nintendo Switch 2. Like, I don't know if that's just on one metric or across the board on all the metrics, I have no idea, but basically saying you'll get a faster frame rate. Another thing too, obviously, is that you would unlock a lot more flexibility in the kind of games that you can play. But this is obviously going to be all the games on Epic Game Store, any PC games, and obviously the most important is Web3 games without having to go through like the iOS or Android store where they take, you know, 20-30% of the revenue from the game developers, and so also has built-in wallet, and everything's abstracted away from the end user. So you're not going to have to feel these complicated seed phrases and stuff like that. So I think, you know, when it comes down to Web3 gaming, this is probably a big evolution, enabling more people to play Web3 games with less friction, and importantly, a good hardware device. Like, one of the things that I've seen in my life in technology is you know, a lot of privacy phones, right? And privacy phones are great. Like I don't really, I like the idea of everything being encrypted out of the gate and like this thing, but when you use a third party, even some of the best ones from back in the day, like Librem, for example, I've seen companies like that catch up on the technology side, but in the early days, you usually get like a subpar device that's overcharged, and so you get a poor user experience in sacrifice to do something like privacy. And in this case, it should be competing with in the major handheld devices like the Nintendo Switch too, but it has all the benefits that you would expect to allow Web3 games to be played and normal games too. So I think that this should be a really popular device, and of course, it just brings more attention to the Sui ecosystem.
What's your price prediction for the Bitcoin top for the cycle?
I believe that there is soon going to be a lot of buying on the U.S. Bitcoin Strategic Reserve, and while people like Arthur Hayes, who I just interviewed yesterday, thinks that's not going to be enough to have a huge catalyst, he thinks 250K is going to be the top. I'm always more optimistic and I've always been overly optimistic, but like I'm going to say like 400K. Also because I believe that the cycle will extend beyond what most people think will be the end, which is like Q4 this year. I think that we're going to go well into 2026, maybe even into 2027, and I think that we're going to have this all led by a massive demand for Bitcoin, which will drive up our markets, and then of course like that revenue spills over into altcoins and then altcoin season. So pretty. And so right now what you have to do is you have to activate it. So you have to tap it with your phone and then activate it, and then you can add your Telegram, you can add your YouTube, you can add your X account. And so when someone when you exchange contact with someone, they just tap their phone on it and then they get all your information and your picture and everything.
And now we're back at the podcast studio. We've got Jordy Alexander coming up, and this is going to be interesting because we're going to get the inside scoop from one of the industry's biggest market makers. And there's a lot of controversy around market makers, so today this is going to be one that you don't want to miss.
So what founders realize, and kind of why we are at this unfortunate situation, is that they need to kind of growth hack this like TG process.
So we just finished day 2 of podcast at this amazing studio, Nuria over here in Dubai. If you guys ever need a podcast studio, I highly recommend. Very nice, close to Marina. We did it with Jordy Alexander from Selene, market maker. That's going to be interesting if you want to know the inside of how market making works, the good guys, the bad ones, the manipulators, the fraudsters. We go through all of that. Selene has a good reputation. That's why I chose to chat with Jordy. The next one was Blue Whale Han, which I'm an investor, advisor, and here's Han now.
Thanks.
And so that was really great. And he was also a contestant on Crypto Nights, which I'm the judge over there. And he's just one of the guys who spent a lot of time in Silicon Valley building AI. His co-founder, super technical, Stanford graduate. And one thing I've learned a lot of is some of the best projects in crypto, especially where they're highly technical, building really complex stuff. Stanford University is like the hot spot. So if you're out there looking to go and be part of a blockchain course or something, always like whenever I see founders coming out of Stanford, it's usually a good signal. I mean, it's not like a write them a check instantly, right? But Dubai. But anyway, so that was a good interview, and I learned that they got investment from Sui, which was really interesting, and we were just there at Sui Base Camp, and that says a lot because we don't have necessarily a team. Or for me as an angel, because I was an angel investor, right? I don't have the technical skill set to really go dive into the code and see if it's all there, legit, but Sui did. And so whenever you get that, that's a really good signal as well that it's legit. Now this is gonna be interesting too. We have a very long flight back to the United States. After this, Rupert usually doesn't pee on flights. Fun fact, he's half Bichon, and Bichons used to be pirate dogs, and they used to hold their bladder forever, and they used to eat the mice on the pirate ships, and well, Rupert would never eat a mice, but he definitely can hold his bladder for a long time. But just in case, this thing over here is something I ordered from Lazada, which is like the Thai Amazon. It's the closest thing to me that looked like a little garden that he can pee on. So if Rupert has to pee in the airplane, then we have his little potty pad over here. We'll just place it in the bathroom with a little pad underneath it, spray a little of his pee on there, and hopefully he could relieve himself if needed on the long flight. 2 subs away from 150,000 subscribers. So if you guys aren't subbed, join the 150,000 people and get on the right track.
2 seconds later.
There it is, 150,000 subscribers.
Congratulations, that's so epic.
Yo, yo. Always just on time. Hey, hello. How you doing?
And 3 for being part of the Commonwealth family. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Well, we just got off the boat trip. It was a lot of fun. Everyone had a great time. The Commonwealth team was there. Some of the Tardy team came. MV team was there. A bunch of guests and friends. Great group of people. It wasn't so much like a business networking event. It was kind of like the week's over, and let's just go out with the friends and hang out, since everyone's so busy at the events and no one really got to hang out. So very nice. Everyone loved it. Our friend Costa was DJing it, playing sick jams. And frankly, I'm feeling pretty good right now because like all the real responsibilities of the week are over. You know, tomorrow's Saturday, and there's no real things that we have to do. I'll make some content, catch up a little bit on that, and then maybe go catch up with Chris on crypto, or maybe go hang out with Dane, the co-founder of MV, and our friends at his hotel. Not really sure, but probably wake up, have some time to do the gym. It's just nice that there's nothing urgent. And then on Sunday, we'll do dune buggies and stuff like that, which will be a lot of fun. But the trip's not over yet, so we'll see you tomorrow. So we're about to take out these dune buggies, or they call them dune bashers, and we're about to get wild out in the middle of the desert. What I like about this place is they don't require you to go with guides, right? You just let you go out and get wild on your own. So we did this before, last time we were here. It was very fun. And we'll get to watch you just scream a bunch.
How was your experience?
Look at our faces, okay?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Our faces kind of say it all.
Yeah, you would, I mean, it was crazy. I was just driving down a straight road, very slowly. Very slowly.
Very slowly. Very slowly.
And then the bug just tipped on its own. I think we need to talk to somebody about this. It's not safe. Alright guys, as you can see, I'm crying because Dubai is just so awesome and I can't believe we're leaving. So you can see him been crying. No, actually, this is no. I actually am tearing up right now, but not because Dubai. It was a good week, but as you probably saw earlier, it spilled over and tumbled in the carts. Huh, babe? No. Yeah, I rolled the buggy and got a face full of sand and got some in my eye. And man, it's been crazy. I've got stuff in my eye before, but this is just like perpetually irritating. So I just got back from the hospital too. Saw the ophthalmologist, and she looked inside my eye, said there was no sand. They did an eye flush anyway. Anyway, so that's how we wrapped up the trip. Dubai's been good. I came here for a solid week. Usually when we come here for longer, but I'm actually ready to go to the next journey. America, here we come. This was really good to meet some really important people, and you know, to show face to some teams that we're working with closely, and I think that was very fruitful. Typically flying through the Middle East from Thailand to the States is a stop anyway, so you know, it's kind of one of the legs. 14.5-hour flight tonight to DC. Then we got to do the import thing for Rupert through Washington, DC. There's only 5 airports in the entire United States now that will take a foreign pet, although Rupert's American born. But anyway, so we go through DC, do that thing, and then fly to Austin. And yeah, so it's been good. I want to know though from you guys, what do you think of these vlog style videos? You know, we don't do them much. And last time we really did it was last time in Dubai, I think in 2021 or something. And I don't know, I saw a preview of a couple of the vlogs, and I thought it was pretty interesting. But let me know, guys, in the comments below if you want to see more content like this. We'll make sure to do it. I find it fun to do, and I think that you get some more kind of insights behind the scenes, and I get to talk a little bit more freely, you know, about just kind of behind the scenes of what it's like to be a day in the life of someone who runs multiple crypto companies, crypto VC fund, and a YouTube channel. So. Next up, we'll see you guys when we're in the States. But for now, I gotta go. My ride's gonna be here in about 10 minutes.